going on, everyone? Merry Christmas. Welcome back to What's Cooking. When you think Christmas cookies, you might think Spritz cookies, gingerbread cookies, chocolate chip cookies, snickerdoodles, the cookies where you put the little Hershey kiss in the middle. I mean, sky's the limit when it comes to Christmas cookies, but one thing those all have in common is you're just baking them, and we're not doing that here today. We are smoking our Christmas cookies on the Traeger. Yes, you can smoke Christmas cookies on the Traeger. It is very simple, adds a nice touch of smoky flavor to any cookie you throw on there. So what are we making? We are making a Spritz cookie, a chocolate chip cookie, and a gingerbread cookie. All pretty basic recipes, nothing too extreme. We got a few little hidden secrets in there. So what you need to do is you need to get the kids up, grab some coffee, get the Christmas music rolling, get some excitement going for Christmas, because Christmas is here. So let's have some fun, let's have a little excitement, and let's get to making these awesome, delicious cookies. And you also are gonna need to put some more room under that Christmas tree, because Santa is gonna be making an extra stop at your house to add some more presents after he gets a hold of these cookies.
All right, for the Spritz cookies, we're gonna need 1 stick of butter and a 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna whip those two together until we get a nice, smooth consistency. This shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes. From there, we are going to take our 3/4 cup of sugar and we're going to add that in to this mixture, and we're gonna whip on a medium speed for up to 5 minutes until we get this nice whip consistency as you see here. From there, we're gonna add our egg and our almond extract. Yes, almond, not vanilla, it does taste better. And then we're gonna add our flour, our baking powder, and our salt all together, and we're gonna mix that in 3 different steps. And again, that flour is spoon fed, so make sure you're not scooping it out and leveling it, but rather you are spooning your flour into your measurement and leveling it after that. From there, I'm going to split my batch into 2 different batches, and the one batch that is remaining in the mixture, I'm gonna add some green food coloring to, just to give my trees a good green color, adds a little bit more fun to it. From there, I'm gonna load up my Spritz cookie maker. This is from about 1970, and I believe it does add a lot of extra flavor, as well as the shapes we are going to choose. I'm gonna choose the best 2, and like I said, they definitely enhance the flavor. From there, we're gonna decorate with some hot tamales and some sprinkles just for a little fun, and we're gonna throw them on the Traeger at 375, and we're gonna cook them for 10 to 12 minutes, or until the bottoms start turning a little light brown. But what I did is I rotated them halfway through to give them both an even cook. From there, we're gonna cool them off and they are ready to eat. As far as the gingerbread cookies, we're gonna need 10 tablespoons of unsalted butter, softened to room temperature, 3/4 cup of light or dark brown sugar, and 2/3 cup of unsulfured molasses. And we're gonna whip that all together until we get a nice, smooth, consistent mixture. From there, we're gonna take 1 egg, a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and add that in and mix it all in. From there, again, we're gonna take our dry ingredients and add them all together. That's 3½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 tablespoon of ground ginger, 1 tablespoon, maybe a little extra of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. We're gonna mix that all together, and then we are going to add that into our KitchenAid mixer gradually and create this sticky yet crumbly dough. I'm gonna smush it down together. I'm gonna separate into 2. I'm gonna take some wax paper and I'm going to flatten them both out, and we're gonna throw them in the fridge. Yes, you have to throw them in the fridge. This is mandatory for a couple of hours. Next, we're gonna make some icing. The icing is super simple. It is 3 cups of confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I use vanilla extract here because if you would use almond, you wouldn't have a pure white frosting. 2 teaspoons of light corn syrup, and 4.5 to 5 tablespoons of room temperature water, and a pinch of salt. Just add the water based on what kind of consistency you'd like your icing to be at. Now the cookie dough has been in the fridge for a while. We're gonna pull it back out, roll it to about 1/4 inch thick, and cut out our gingerbread men. Once I'm done cutting out this one, I will collect this all together and I will add it with our other one, and we will roll this one out again to 1/4 inch, making sure that we are using as much space as possible because it is a tedious job and we don't have to roll this out more than a couple of times. Now that we got these all rolled out, we're gonna put them on the Traeger for 9 to 10 minutes. The longer the cookies bake, the crunchier they will get. I pulled mine right at the 9-minute mark. The outsides were nice and crunchy, but the insides were still nice and soft. I started out tracing the outsides of the gingerbread man, and it looked absolutely awful, so I switched up my method to just doing some simple stripes, and it looked a ton better, and I felt a ton better about myself. As far as the chocolate chip cookies go, we're gonna take 3/4 cup of unsalted, softened to room temperature butter, 3/4 cup packed light brown sugar, and a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and mix that all together. We will then add 1 large egg and 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract and a teaspoon of almond extract. Again, we'll mix that all together. And then we're gonna mix our dry ingredients together again with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon salt, and we are going to slowly mix in our dry ingredients again, just like the other 2 recipes. Nice and slow, get that all nice and mixed up, get the consistency we'd like, and we have a good cookie dough. But all good cookie dough is mixing a cup of chocolate chips. And the kicker here, we have a cup of these Kraft caramel bits. They will change your world. Trust me, add them to your cookies. They are amazing. And don't tell anyone, I might add a few more extra chocolate chips to our cookies. We're gonna mix it all together until we feel like our chocolate chips and our caramel bits are all spread out. And again, we're gonna put it on wax paper, ball it up, and put it in the fridge for at least 3 hours. Overnight works great. This is mandatory. Once that's done, I'm gonna pull out the dough. I'm gonna mix them into what I think are properly sized cookies, ball them up, put as many as I can on that cookie sheet, and throw them on the Traeger at again, 375, baking for 10 to 11 minutes. These cookies are not gonna look done when you pull them off. They're gonna be balled up, but don't worry, when you get them up and you're gonna get them to cool, they will drop down and they're gonna look perfect and they're gonna taste even better. And the center is gonna be ooey gooey delicious.
All right, we finished all cookies. There's nothing left to do but enjoy them. They look awesome. We noticed we switched up our icing here a little bit on these gingerbread. I kind of a little bit of a hack job on those other ones, but it's all right. We turned it around. These look great. We got our plate of cookies ready for Santa Claus, a nice cup of milk. Now let's taste them for ourselves and see how we did. On to the Spritz cookie. Perfect, just like I remember. A nice almond flavor. You just can't go wrong with a Spritz cookie. My personal cookie of choice, definitely the best one. Onto our cute little gingerbread man here. Break his leg off for our Shrek friends. It's the perfect consistency. Got nice and crispy on the outside and still a little soft on the inside. It's perfect. Then on to our chocolate chip cookie that we doctored up a little bit. Oh, it's still nice and warm from the Traeger. Melted chocolate. That caramel hasn't quite hardened yet. This one is gonna be perfect. I would dip this in this milk, but it's for Santa Claus, so we'll leave that there. This might be my favorite. Not a Christmas cookie, but still my favorite. Oh, that's perfect. Nice crispy bottom, still that nice, not quite done inside. It's the perfect cook of a chocolate chip cookie. So this is our start to our Christmas series. We've got plenty more recipes coming. If you'd like to come back for more, we're gonna have prime rib, some Chex Mix, and a few other recipes. So definitely check it out. Definitely watch some more of these with your kids. Bring them back, have some fun. We'll see you next time, and Merry Christmas.